All right, welcome to Talkin Investing. I'm Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to do our daily Bitcoin and Bitcoin miner update. I'm also going to talk about the market a little bit. And in addition to that, I'm going to give you a very, very strange statistic, something that happened yesterday with Bitcoin. In the meantime, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Also, if everybody could please smash the like button, it really helps the channel out a lot. And for those of you who want to support the channel, you can actually join the channel and become a member by hitting the join button on the YouTube homepage. We have additional content that's for members only, and we also do a live stream once a week that is for members only every Tuesday after the market close. So we'd love to have you join us in that group if you're interested. So let's start out with the Bitcoin big board. The market has closed, so I want to look at what happened to the Bitcoin miners because there were 4 in the red today, despite the fact today was a very green day. So I want to look at the ones that did well and the ones that missed, and I'm going to talk about a correlation on the ones that are red. Those seem to be heading in the wrong direction, and even on nice green days like this, they just can't pick up any steam. So Argo blockchain was down 1.68%. Mawson was down 4.38%, DigiHost was down 6%, and DMG blockchain was down 2.15%. So there were 4 that finished in the red. Everything else was green. Some of these were very green. We'll talk about the bad news later. Let's look at the good news. Marathon was up 13.5% today. So that is the largest market cap out of all of these, and that's a 13.5% move to the upside. That is a gigantic move to the upside. But they were not alone. CleanSpark was up 10.25%. Stronghold was up 9.49%. And then we had a bunch in the 4 to 5% range. So Bitfarms was up 5%. HUT was up 4.89%. Riot was up 4.86%. Iris Energy was up 5.29%. GREE was up 4.59%. So you can see it was mostly a green day. 4 or 5 or 6 seemed to be the average. A couple overachieved, and then we had our 4 underachievers in the red. I just want to look at this chart for 1 minute. If we look at 3 of the 4 that were red today, this is a chart of how the Bitcoin miners have performed over about the last 100 plus days. So you'll see the ones that were in the red today, DigiHost, which is among the bottom performers, Argo blockchain, which is the second worst performer, and Mawson, which is the worst performer. So 3 of the 4 that were in the red are 3 of the bottom 5 performing stocks. So for whatever reason, those stocks cannot find any momentum. And you can see the stock that did the best today, Marathon, is the stock that's done the best overall since this summer. So it was up 98%. This chart does not reflect today's action, so it was up another 13.5% today on the day. Okay, I'm going to start out with Bitcoin on the 15-minute time frame. So as always, there's an orange line from where Bitcoin was when the market closed yesterday. So at the market close, Bitcoin was at around 19,321. We had been trading in a very, very, very tight range. We did have the move to the upside since then. We were looking to retest this green line at around 19,200 and see if we could find some support there because it was teetering between resistance and support. So still too soon to tell, but at the moment, we did find a little bit of support at that level, and we have been going up since then. Today, we did get as high as 19,679. That was right at the beginning of the trading day. So we had a nice run up into the opening today, and then we ran a little bit down and then sideways the rest of the day. So a fairly constant day after this nice run up at the beginning. So right now we're sitting at about 19,550. This is actually an improvement. Bitcoin had been going sideways. Yesterday's video, we talked about how we were stuck in an unbelievably tight range of, plus or minus $50. Well, this was a nice $500 move to the upside. So that's a step in the right direction. What we're looking for next is to get back to this pink line somewhere just under 20,000. So we're right in the middle of our 2 lines right now, and we're hoping to get to that next line and test that. We did test that a while ago. We'll look at that on the 4-hour chart, and we got rejected. So I'd like to test that again and see if we can get through that. The market had a nice day in addition to this. So I've been talking about a potential relief rally for some time now. So once again, we're sitting here on the brink of what looks like a potential relief rally. However, I will tell you, the market's been unbelievably unreliable. The last 3 trading days, Thursday was all over the place. It started way down and ended way up. Friday, we were way down, and now today, Monday, we were way up. Just to take a quick look at what the market did, the S&P finished up 2.65%. The Dow finished up 1.86%. 0.6%. The NASDAQ was up a whopping 3.43%, and the Russell was up 3.17%. So those are very big moves to the upside. But again, all we really basically did was cancel out Friday's activity. And all we did on Friday was cancel out Thursday's activity. So because of that, in general, we still find ourselves here kind of in the neutral zone. I'm going to move to the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, you'll see somewhere between 19,000 and 19,200, we seem to be finding a lot of support. And this is what I mean by that. This yellow box right here is between basically 19,000 and 19,200. And you can see so many of the daily candles start and end in here. And now a couple of times we have popped above this, one time below. We did test this line right here. That was on October 13th. So that was just a few days ago. That was 4 days ago. So we're in the middle of our two lines. But I want to look at some of the indicators today. I did not look at those over the weekend because everything was so unbelievably neutral. There was nothing to be gained. But it does look like now we've made a little bit of a break to the upside. This is the RSI on the 4-hour time frame. So you'll see we got up over 50. We got to about 56, pulled back, retested 50, and it kind of held as support. And now we're back up to about 61 or 62 on the 4-hour time frame. So that is moving in the right direction. That lends itself to the potential that we are having a relief rally. So again, I'm going to keep hoping for this relief rally that seems to be presenting itself, but we just don't ever quite get to the finish line. Same thing on the 4-hour MACD. You'll see we had a bullish crossover a few days ago. We are now printing larger and larger green candles on the 4-hour MACD. So this is very encouraging. This is now looking bullish. Let's move to the 1-day time frame. Okay, Bitcoin on the 1-day time frame. Here's where you can see in the bigger picture, we are very, very sideways. And I'm going to do another box. So you'll see over the last month, this is a $500 trading window. So you can see almost every single day in the last month, we've been in this very tight $500 trading window. Today, our green candle is right at the top of this, and it's candle wicking above this. So we have to see, this is where our potential breakout is. If we can get out of this, retest this line, and then see if we can get above this line. So if I zoom out, you'll see we've had two decent relief rallies. One very long relief rally from the middle of June to the middle of August. That was 2 months, and that was over 40% to the upside. So that was very strong, and you can see we got well above this line of support. We got up to $25,000. The next time around in early September, after a big pullback, we did run back up to around $22,500, but that rally petered out at that point, and we turned around and we had basically one red candle that took us almost all the way back down to the trading range that we are finding ourselves in for the last month. So very sideways since then. We keep trying to break out. Mostly lately to the upside, but we've yet to really get there. This is the RSI for Bitcoin on the 1-day time frame, and we are right now at 50.6. So that is above 50, but it's just so barely above 50. It's still very neutral. It does seem to be trending upward. And if I draw an arrow like that, it looks like we keep setting higher lows. So that is a trend to the upward on the 1-day RSI, and we're just at neutral right now. So what we need to do is get over this 50 and start holding that and creating some support. That would be our way to get potentially this relief rally I've been looking for, either to that $22,500 or to the $25,000 mark. And that's what I'm really looking for sometime between now and the end of the year. Lastly, the MACD on the 1-day time frame, you're going to see we did have a bullish crossover yesterday, but I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to zoom way in. So ultra zoomed in, you can see we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days where there was absolutely no momentum in either direction. Although we continued to have bullish and bearish crossovers on the 1-day time frame, there was no momentum picked up at all in either direction. You can see today is the very first time we're printing a candle of any amount of size. This is still relatively small, but it's significantly bigger than any of the last 6 days. So it looks like we could potentially be having a break to the upside. So I just want to go through what I'm going to be looking for to see some confirmation that this rally continues. I'd like to see us stay above 50 on the 1-day RSI. Now this is back to the 4-hour time frame. I'd like to see us also stay above 50 on this time frame and gain some momentum and maybe continue to start to move towards oversold territory. That's where we can start to get to some of our run. All of these runs happen over 50 on the RSI. And then the other thing I'll be looking for is to break out of this yellow box that seems to be containment over the last month. We want to test this line at just under $20,000. Ideally, we want to break through that line and start to create that as a line of support for our rally upward. So I'm still very focused on getting the rally we've been looking for. Bitcoin has been consolidating now for a considerable period of time. It's been pretty healthy for the last several months. We have been faked out on these rallies about 3 or 4 times in the last month. So here we are again, and I've said this before, so I'm going to keep waiting for this rally. And the thing is, I don't feel that bad that it hasn't happened because we have not had a move to the downside. Bitcoin has held very, very strong. Although we have not had the rally, there is some massive consolidation and there is strength in that. So I like what I see in Bitcoin. I would like to see more. The Bitcoin miners are still lagging way, way behind. Even though they had big green days today, most of them are very near their 52-week lows even still. So if we can get this rally up, if we can confirm a relief rally, I think there's a giant move, you know, potentially some doubles. That's a nice relief rally, and that's the kind of action you can expect on the Bitcoin miners if we get a nice relief rally like that up to that $25,000 price target. So obviously this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy Bitcoin or buy any of these miners, but I wanted to bring you guys up to speed on where we're at today because I do think it looks once again that we're on the verge of this rally that I have been waiting and waiting for. So let's see if the market proves me wrong again or if we finally get our rally this time. So I'll definitely check in again tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. If you made it this far, remember to subscribe to the channel and smash the like button. Thanks again for watching the video, and we'll see you in the next one.